Welcome back, everybody, at Sport Federation TV. It's nice to have you along. We keep talking about sport in the province and, of course, our various sport federations. And, of course, as you know, a few weeks ago, we spoke about boxing. Boxing had a big event in Cape Town, and it was the elite boxers. It was their first opportunity to get back in the ring, so to speak. Well, not in the ring, so to speak, but they did get back on the ring. Joining me back now is the Secretary General for Western Cape Open Boxing, Advocate Lwandiso Kwababana. Lwandiso, welcome back. How are you?
It's always a pleasure, JP, to get back to the show. I'm very well, and I'm excited about the prospects of boxing now.
Lwandiso, yeah, so the last time we spoke, it was after the Open Boxing Championships that you guys had here in Cape Town. That was, of course, a fantastic opportunity for your athletes to get in the ring, especially the novices.
Yes, JP, and it was actually a good step for them, and it was a measuring stick as well to see if they are ready to go to the provincials. And most of them, they could be able to analyze and actually see their fitness levels and the experiences that they have. You'll remember that for the novices, for them to go to the championships, they need to have at least over 10 bouts. So the tournament which we had also assisted them to be able to be eligible to actually go to the championships. Yes.
So, Lwandiso, for those fighters then that competed in the last tournament, just give us a quick rundown. They fight 3 rounds each, right? And 3 minutes. Is that right? 2 minutes or 3 minutes?
It is actually 3 minutes, 3 rounds, 1 minute break in between. So you can see it's actually similar to what they will experience when they go professional, because when it comes to the number, the minutes of each round, even at professional, is 3 minutes, 1 minute break. Same applies.
Is it exhausting? Is it tiring when you're fighting in your first fight like that?
JP, yeah, it's a mind game. Most of our athletes, when they go to gym, they gym for hours. But once you actually get to the ring, that 1 minute, that 3 minutes, it actually feels like, it's an hour. It feels like it's long, But yeah, as time goes by, you actually get used to it. You get used to it, yes.
Well, I was there, of course, on the day, and I thought what I found so impressive was that the fighters were so composed. They looked like they'd had many fights behind their belt, because normally when we see 2 novices get in the ring, they want to knock each other out in the first 10 seconds. But these fighters were very composed.
Yes, JP, but you can attribute that to the level of coaching that we actually give, the training that we give to our coaches, so that they can be able to manage their boxers, because it's very important that a boxer gets in the ring will be able to compose themselves so that they can actually execute their skills better. So I can actually attribute that to the coaches that we have in the Western Cape.
Now, the last tournament that you had, there were a number of competitors from all around the province that came to compete. This weekend, you've got another championships. Are you also expecting travelers?
Yes, JP. As this one, it was actually built up. It was a build up. We were always preparing to have the big one. This is the final of finals, provincials. We have actually posted on our Facebook that different districts actually conducted their championships in their own districts. And then afterwards, they've selected boxers that are going to be fighting at the provincial. So what we have tomorrow is the final of finals. So it's the best of the best.
What sort of age groups are we talking about when we talk about youth competing in boxers? How old would you be? I mean, how old are your average fighters going to be tomorrow for the youth structures?
For the youth structures, it's going to be from 17 years old and 18. Between 17 years old and 18. Right. And of course, we determine the age of the boxer based on the year he or she was born. So you will see a 16 years old boxer turning 17 this year. That boxer will be categorized as youth. Same applies to a boxer who is 18 years but turning 19 next year. That boxer will be categorized as actually 18. So it will be under the youth category. So that's what we're looking at.
Okay, well, now that we're talking about ages, when it comes then to your seniors, are there age brackets? Is there a cutoff age? I mean, at which stage do you hang up your gloves?
4-0.
40. Is that the rule? Okay.
40. Yes, it is a rule. It's our international rule. And what actually gave reasons for this rule is that not all boxers who are participating in open boxing wants to go professional. They want to compete and keep the spirit of Olympism within the sport. So, like myself, I always say, listen here, I don't want to turn professional. It's not within my objectives. I want to keep in development. I want to stay in development. So why wouldn't I actually participate here? Because if I participate, this is home for me. So from 19 years up until 40, that's the 40 is the cutoff year in which you can participate as an elite boxer, senior.
Lwandiso, of course, on fight day itself, on the day of the event, you have to squeeze a lot of club structures, a lot of bouts into one day. You've got one ring and you have to have everything really organized. How many different fights can you put in on one day?
JP, you know what? We try by all means to put as much bouts in between. We try to accommodate school ages. We try to accommodate our juniors, our youth and elite, but it becomes difficult because we found out from a developmental stage where we have to cater for schools and juniors. We have influx of boxers wants to participate in one day. It becomes impossible. The lowest that we can actually put is actually about 60 bouts, but the highest that we have actually
60 bouts in one day. In one day, you're able to put 60 bouts in one ring in one venue.
Okay, yeah, but remember now, because of COVID regulations, we have actually changed our system.
That was going to be my next question, because as event organizers, you have to be really tight, and you've got to do the fight, sanitize, get in, get out, get in, get out. You've got to be really well organized.
Okay, now we can't do that anymore. We can't do it anymore, so we have to realize that we have our regulations. So what we've done was to say, guys, if we want to be active as boxing, we need to make sure that we have less than 60 bouts. You see? And that will be again for the whole day. So we try by all means to accommodate our boxers, but it's difficult. But we as a structure said, why don't we actually have our districts active? Because then it will mean there is no we don't have influx of boxers wanting to participate at a provincial tournament event, but they can participate at district level. But we still need funding for that. Like if we can have rings, more rings, a lot of capacitation. Remember, our tournaments can only be safe if we have trained officials adjudicating over those tournaments. So that's one of the things that determine how many bouts we can actually put.
Okay, the last question. What comes next? What comes next for the fighters after they compete tomorrow in the provincial championships? What's the next event? Do they then go to a South African championships maybe?
You know, it's a good thing you asked that, but I can tell you that they're not going to the South African Championship. The South African Championship is actually coming to them. As Western Cape, we're going to be hosting our national youth and elite championships. It's going to start. It's envisaged to start on the 13th to the 17th of July. So it's going to be action-packed. All the provinces will be here in their mother city, and we're going to give them what they want. We're going to give them all.
So Western Cape is bringing it home. That's fantastic. Yes. Are you expecting lots of good competition tomorrow? Are you expecting some champions to come through the ranks? Some big names?
Yes, JP. I was fortunate enough to follow most of other championships as they were happening, and some trials. And there are names. There are names that I'm looking at, and there were upsets as well. There were upsets that took place, especially in the Cape Winelands. That a boxer that was actually that took leave came back and actually beat dethroned a national champion in his division. So I'm looking forward to actually see those kind of fighters. There were a lot of other fighters that I've seen in the Cape Town Metro that prove that they have what it takes, and most of them they graduated from our youth category, and now for the first time they're going to the elites. So I'm very much excited to see what will come out of the championships tomorrow.
Lwandiso, we're going to leave it at that. We're going to wish you and the team and everybody else that's doing such fantastic work, we're going to wish you the very best of luck. And of course, we're hoping to get lots of photographs and videos, and we'll keep showcasing boxing so that anybody that's watching right now that's got a business, they can come and sponsor boxing in the Western Cape. We wish you the best of luck, and we'll say stay safe out there. And of course, we can't wait to see the highlights on TV next week.
Exactly, that's exactly where we need to be, JP. I also wanted to take this opportunity to thank Dikas as our main sponsors, and also the guidance that we're getting through the Western Cape Confederation. And there's nothing more we need than other sponsors. We need more sponsors, and the ones that we've been working with, Vibrant Sport as well, Vibrant Studios, they've been accommodative to our organization, and we're looking for more. We're looking for more. So the more we do for our boxers, the better we produce champions in the Western Cape. Yeah.
That's fantastic, Lwandiso. We'll catch up again soon. Stay safe there. There we go, folks. Advocate Lwandiso Kwababana representing Western Cape Open Boxing. And I think that is very fantastic. We were at the event a few weeks ago where they had the youth and getting started, and it was such a quality event. Looking at the athlete, the referees, the judges in the rings, all kitted out perfectly. And great to see that boxing is so active and so positive, and to see the athletes coming through the ranks is really amazing. Folks, we'll take an ad break. When we come back, we'll carry on talking about sport in the province. Back in a sec.